right, Al. Welcome to DJ E360 Word. How's your day going?
Man, pretty good, man. Pretty good. It was a journey getting out here. I made it, and
Yeah, all the way from southeast or northeast
yeah,
DC,
southeast, like,
southeast.
yeah.
All right, so let's go back. Let's go to the beginning. Right? Where were you born and raised?
I was born like and raised in D.C. and like PG County. I was like actually born like Georgetown Hospital. It was pretty cool. Raised in like the Northwest area, and went to school like it was like a little small elementary school. If you're from DC, like you heard it was called like Whittier. It's like right there next to like Coolidge, which is like a high school a lot of people know about. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I started when I was young. I wasn't even like interested in music at all, like you
Yeah.
know what I mean, like other than like listening to it, like um, it was like towards like middle school when I started like realizing there was like different genres of music, you know what I'm saying, and everything wasn't just like R&B and hip hop. So I started listening like jazz, and then I picked up the drums and kind of like started enjoying that. I was playing like snare drum, a little bit of bass, like marching band style, and that was fun. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? That was pretty fun. And then I started getting into go-go, and man, that
Okay.
changed everything, man. It's like go-go was like, oh shit, like like these are like real bands, like these dudes they play for real, like it's no joke, like
Yeah.
there's a certain cadence, there's like a timing, like what I'm saying, you gotta be on point if you want to play in a go-go band. So like quickly it sharpened up my skills. So growing up in like the DC, like Maryland area, you kind of get a feel for like a funk kind of soul
Yeah.
like background, you know what I mean, like drum and bass thing. And then it's like a lot of different like influences from different minorities. So like you got Jamaican music, you got like Hispanic music, and which also influenced like the
Okay.
culture of DC. So you know that's pretty much like, yeah.
Okay. So what is that early phase of your life like? Like I'm talking, like was it a stable environment as far as growing up? Because if you grew up in DC, even now it's not a very stable environment. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like how was it like that too growing up?
I
Or
mean, I mean, somewhat. I mean, like for the most part, like my folks, they were about like making sure I go to school. You know what I'm saying? Like they were like, fuck everything else, go to school. You know what I'm saying? Like be the smartest you can be, in every class type shit. Like you know what I mean? That's all. Other than the fact like my dad was like an asshole. Like you may rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? But like he was like really tough. I mean, he had his reasons though, you know what I'm saying? So as far as like instability, that's probably about it. Like yo, he was crazy, you know what I'm saying? But like other than that, it was just like go to school, be smart, make sure, you know what I'm saying, you
okay.
be the best and get a college degree, you know what I'm saying? So
So as far as your personal upbringing, like have you like how was it like really troublesome? Have you gotten into trouble early on, or it was very pretty stable? Good kid, high school,
I mean,
elementary
like
school,
I do like some stupid stuff with my friends, you know what I mean? Like, everybody did that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? But like for the
not
most
a
part,
big deal with the law,
I
not a
was like like I was more like when I was a kid, bro, I was conscious, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what that shit was, or
okay,
like, my parents like pushing me, my dad being a dick, you know what I'm saying? But I was conscious, bro. I knew better. I knew not to do no dumbass shit, you know what I'm saying?
okay,
That's gonna get me caught up, you know what I'm saying? Like I got caught like, stealing at a mall one time, you know what I'm saying, with my homies and like that's why I got caught doing anything. It's like anything else, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it to it, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm just not gonna do it at all because it's not even worth the risk,
so
you
is
know what I'm
that something
saying?
you guys decided to do for fun, or you were pushed into it, knowing you're very conscious, not to get in trouble? Because as kids, we
I,
all do crazy stuff
I thought I
anyway.
was vicious, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go in here, real
grab
quick.
shoot.
And I didn't get caught though. You actually like my boy got caught. Like he'll probably talk shit if I like tell the story, but like he was on the second level of the mall and shit, and like the security grabbed him, and you know what I'm saying. I just seen that shit from down there, and I was like, oh, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? But then they called and was like, yeah, you gotta come back. And I was like, all all right, bet. Well, that's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? But like I said though, man, like I ain't gonna do no. I'm not with that wild ass shit, dog. Like I'm trying to build consciousness where I'm at, and the people around me. So I never always, not never always, but I never was for the stupid shit or like going out, you know what I'm saying, and just wilding on people. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's better ways to spend your time. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
I knew that since a youngin.
So as far as your family trees, like where did your folks come from?
So my mom, she was born and raised here. My dad, he's actually from California, and yeah, his first language was Spanish and shit. It's kind of crazy,
So
cause
you guys have like a Spanish like a family
not
tree
at
or
all. So when he was a baby, right, my grandma moved him. Like they moved to Mexico before he could learn the language. He
oh
was a baby, so like he learned Spanish when he was a kid. You know what I'm saying? But then they moved to DC. So you know what I'm saying. For the most part, this is where he's been his whole life. You
so
know.
if you have to trace your ancestry, right? Because I'm trying to, you don't look like a typical, like I say, an African guy, right? Because we
Yeah.
African, right? I'm from West Africa, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If you look at you and I, you kind of have like Asian features.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to get to. Like, do your folks like kind of have that family tree like from Asia or somewhere else,
Nah,
or,
I'm
or it's just like,
Black and Native American.
oh,
Like
it comes from the Native American side.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, that's what
yeah,
I'm trying
yeah.
to get to.
Like yeah, high cheekbones
Yeah.
and yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Native American is like my great grandma. Her name was Nin, and she had hair like past her feet, bro. Like shit was crazy. Like I
Oh,
never
okay.
met her, of course. Like but from what I've heard, like she was straight up Native American. Actually, did look. I seen pictures. She looked a little bit more Asian.
Oh.
She just had super long hair. That was crazy.
Oh, okay, so that's where the actual features are coming from.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And
okay.
my dad, they said like his grandparents was like, or his dad was like mixed with Portuguese,
Oh,
some shit
okay.
like that. So like, there was a Spanish background that was different than,
Yeah.
but still not like the culture was like in my family and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?